For many people, preparing good food is always a feat. But for Kenneth Ndirangu, it is what he does on a daily basis. A chef by profession, Ndirangu has perfected the art of preparing and making choice meals. For him, meals are not just meant for sustenance, but should be enjoyed.
Kenneth Ndirangu my name. The business is called Lemongrass Kitchen Nairobi, or the Lemongrass Fan Cooking Class. We started in 2012, so we've been in operation for roughly like 5 years right now. And what we do is quite a number of things. We have cooking classes for ordinary Kenyans to learn how to make other things, different things in the house, because we are used to the same type of food every day. So we teach guys how to make different kind of dishes that you can find in hotels and restaurants. Here in Kenya, where food is eating out means you plan even. So it's extremely, even takeout is more or less expensive if you look at the cost of cooking in the house. And I saw a niche whereby people who are eating the same things you grew up, all the dishes you grew up eating are the same dishes you are eating as a grown-up. So basically guys were eating just for sustenance, not to enjoy the food. And at the end of the day, the one thing that you should enjoy is food, not going home and eating whatever you find for you just to put something in your stomach. You get?
His experience in the hospitality industry made him realize that the eating out culture is in the vogue today, but people find it difficult to make the dishes they find in hotels at their homes.
The idea came about when I realized that more or less the eating out culture in Nairobi is growing and guys are finding it extremely difficult to make these dishes that they are finding in hotels that they enjoy, and they think it's expensive. Or rather, there's this notion where people think that cooking is expensive, like this kind of cooking is expensive. But ideally, it's the same cost as if you are to make an ordinary dish in the house, and I use the same amount of money, you can make a 5-star worthy dish.
In a view of changing this situation, the former student of Utalii College opened an establishment, Lemongrass Kitchen, to train people how to prepare various cuisines.
I decided to make it first a cooking class, and the way I thought is once I use it as a cooking class, I progress it. People know about the Lemongrass Kitchen. By the time I'm opening the restaurant, already the name has sold itself. We have cooking classes for ordinary Kenyans to learn how to make other things, different things in the house.
Having worked with various companies in the hospitality industry in Kenya and South Africa, Ndirangu had an idea of what he needed to do to actualize his dream.
This idea, I had it back then when I was in Utalii. Yeah, I went to Utalii. And during my internship, I went to SA. I worked for 2 hotels, Intercontinentals both. And what I saw in terms of culture and eating out and food and how people go out to eat more than they cook in the house, because the food is, one, fairly priced and good food, as opposed to here in Kenya where food is eating out means you plan it.
Ndirangu wanted to challenge people to make the hotel food available at their homes. His experience with the employers would add on to the urge to start his own business. Working as a chef left Ndirangu with a lot of free time that he felt there was a way he could fully utilize his potential. Secondly, working under employment meant sticking to a traditional menu, and this was limiting as he did not have the space to explore creativity. These factors drove him to quit employment and pursue his dream.
The last place I was working, like the last 2 places I worked, I felt as if there was no room for creativity or venturing out to other cuisines and stuff like that. And the industry, this hotel industry, basically, if you've not worked in a specific place for more than 10 years, really nobody looks at you like a serious person, because you have this old guard that their way of doing things still remains the same way. So you find it extremely hard to grow and extremely hard to chime in your ideas. Now, so what happened is it's reached a point where I used to done my work for like over 3 months plus. So by 2 p.m. I'm done with work, but I can't leave work till 5 p.m. So you see that was a bit of a problem, because you have 3 hours every day doing nothing. So for me, I decided that was not for me, so I quit.
Even though Ndirangu had the idea of starting Lemongrass Kitchen while still in campus, there were several hitches like acquiring capital, and he had to team up with a couple of friends to contribute the needed amount. However, the plan did not come through because the rest of the members backed off. This did not kill his spirit. He budgeted for his own venture at a cost of 150,000 shillings, and it slowly kicked off.
I knew I was not going back to employment. So of course I had needed capital, and I didn't have any money at that time, so I had to plan first before I asked anyone for money. I had to plan, and I thought of starting a class. I already had the name because I had registered the name way back when I was in Italy. So basically this is just a matter of thinking ahead. So anyway, looking for funds, I got a friend I pitched the idea to a couple of friends. One was interested. So we were supposed to contribute 150,000 each. Yeah. So me, I asked for the 150,000 from my dad as a loan. So I got it. But now, last minute when this guy was supposed to start, he backed off. So I was left with 150,000 and a business to start, which needed 300,000. So anyway, basically, I decided, you know what? Since I've already done all the work, starting is a very small thing. So yeah, I went and paid rent, and so basically, the 150,000, 90,000 went to rent, 90. So I was left with 60,000, which was supposed to buy equipment, tables, and stuff like that. Looking at the budget for the equipment and all these things, it was coming to 200,000. So I was short by 140. So basically, I had to go in toy market inside there. I got used equipment basically. So after getting this used equipment, second challenge arose. I have everything now, there's no client. And remember, mine was is a service, not like a product like a tangible product that you can look at. So most of the people used to think I'm crazy. I'm offering a service, but they don't even understand the concept. You understand? So a lot of my friends thought maybe I'd flipped and stuff like that. You know? So initially, actually 2 friends came. Then after those 2 friends, the next month there was 2 clients who came, like 3, 4, like every month I used to get more clients. Let's say last month I got 5, the other month I get 6, like that. So it progressed to becoming a well-known name.
The modules are classified as follows. 10 classes go for a fee of 30,000 shillings, 25 classes cost 50,000 shillings, and 45 classes go for 90,000 Kenya shillings. All this while, the chef has been running the classes on his own, but he's currently training apprentices to take over the classes whenever he's absent.
So the model is, as a client, once you call us, you come get information about the classes. We let our clients choose the time they want to come. We let our clients choose how many times in a week they want to come. So you'll find some clients are free in the morning, others are free mid-morning, afternoon, evening. So it all depends. If you are working, you can come after work. If you're not working, come during the day. If maybe you have one of those hectic jobs, hectic schedules, you decide to come on Saturdays only. So basically classes are individualized and one-on-one. Target market is between 24 and 38, but we also run kids cooking camp during holidays. IGCSE, NKC, NK, 844, they usually have different closing times, so usually see how we can schedule that. Now that one runs it's for 4 years, to 15 years. Basically, the kids cooking camp is to help the parent and instill a sense of responsibility to the child, and so that even when the parent is not in the house, the child can feed himself, can take responsibility of the house and stuff like that.
At the Lemongrass Kitchen, the produce is provided for, and all the meals that are cooked are organic. Training for all categories of food is offered: salads, soups, main dishes, desserts, and pastries.
And we provide all the produce, and we get you through all the cooking. And remember, our cooking is organic cooking, so it uses natural herbs and spices. These are things that people have in their homes, but they don't know how to use.
Other clients that he targets are patients who have been restrained from eating certain kinds of food. Such people eat mostly boiled foods, partly because they are not aware of alternative ways to prepare food without using oil. There is a rising number of middle-class consumers in the country.
You see, our clientele also, let me just go back to the demographic. Our clientele is not just women. It's men, women, kids, old men, old women. Because like what happens is, you find, let me give you an example, somebody who has diabetes. You go to a doctor will tell you, don't eat mafuta, don't eat sugar, don't eat blah, 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 blah. But they'll never tell you how to make your food. So you see, you find people who have diabetes more or less usually boil their food, they usually eat a lot of boiled food. But nobody is supposed to, even if you are sick and having diabetes, you're not supposed to eat boiled food all the time. There's so many ways of preparing food, but it's because people do not know these methods. So they come and learn to live healthy. There are so many things. You have herbs and spices. Everybody has these things in the house, in the supermarkets. The nutritional content of these things is so important for you that you will be shocked. Sometimes you fall short from eating veggies, fall short from eating fruits and all that. But all these amino acids and all these nutrients you get from these herbs and spices. That's why I emphasize on the organic cooking. In a place where we find hotels and franchises and franchise companies coming to Kenya. Your Burger King, your Chicken, your KFC, and all these people coming to Kenya. Why? Because there's a lot of money to be made here. Because the middle class is quite big, and that's a spending bracket basically. That's a spending bracket.
The healthy eating craze has also captured the attention of the masses. A major hurdle that Ndirangu has had to deal with is convincing potential clients that the amount of fee required is actually commensurate to the skills being taught. He also attests that it is difficult to convince people about a service whose concept they are yet to grasp. The initial idea was to establish a restaurant by the name Lemongrass Kitchen. To start with, it is a training center to help him build a name for the restaurant before it's launched. Plans are underway to have the restaurant ready by the end of 2017.
I don't know what is happening right now. Guys are moving towards eating clean, eating healthy. And that's the cheapest option rather than going to the gym and paying a standard fee of 6, 5, 10K per month just to work out. Trying to convince some, most people, like I get clients who call, but they feel the fee is too high. But the ones who come, they find that the fee is actually quite fair. Because what you get from it, the idea is not just to learn the number of items. If it's 25 items, it's just for you to learn the 25 items and go. You also learn, you can even take recipes from the internet and do them because you understand the jargon which has been used in those recipes. So it's a bit of a challenge to convince clients. People still don't understand the concept. That's why I'm still pushing it and trying to get people to understand it. But so far so good, I can't complain. I was starting a class. I already had the name because I had registered the name way back when I was in Italy, because Lemongrass Kitchen is a restaurant that I like to I'll do by end of this year actually in the works.
His business idea was not too well understood in the beginning. his first client was a friend, and through referrals, word-of-mouth marketing, and social media presence, Lemongrass Kitchen gained traction. After the first 3 months, Lemongrass Kitchen got a corporate consultancy job with the Sarville Breweries at the Galleria Mall, and since then, consultancy services have been part of the package.
My clients give referrals, and also I do a lot of social media. So I push a lot of posts on social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, and also the interviews we've been privileged to get in media houses. They've really pushed our name out there, and people know about us. And yeah, so it's reached a point where now, actually the first 3 months, that's when I got my first consultancy job for a place called Sarville Brewery in Galleria, above John.
Lemongrass Kitchen is unique in the sense that all the training offered there is personalized.
It all depends. If you are working, you can come after work. If you're not working, come during the day. If maybe you have one of those hectic jobs, hectic schedules, you decide to come on Saturdays only. So basically classes are individualized and one-on-one. Out of all the classes that people do out here, we are the most flexible because we don't do group classes. Okay? The only group classes are one-off classes that we do. We have different modules. We have one called Chama, fun cooking class. There's bridal shower, baby shower, and also date night.
At Lemongrass Kitchen, packages are offered according to the needs of customers and their availability. The targeted age bracket is 24 to 38 years and kids between 4 to 5 years. For kids, training is offered over the holidays during the kids' cooking camps. The kids' cooking camps are meant to give the children a sense of responsibility that would enable them to sustain themselves by making meals even in the absence of their parents. From the hurdles is that to be successful, one has to get out of his or her comfort zone. Ndirangu also acknowledges that as a business person, one should align themselves with like-minded people.
We let our clients choose the time they want to come. We let our clients choose how many times in a week they want to come. So you'll find some clients are free in the morning, others are free mid-morning, afternoon, evening. So it all depends. If you are working, you can come after work. If you're not working, come during the day. So ages, as I say, 24 to 38 there. The kids cooking camp is to help the parent instill a sense of responsibility to the child, and so that even when the parent is not in the house, the child can feed himself, can take responsibility of the house and stuff like that. So it's always good to align yourself to also have a couple of friends who are in business, who you at least meet once a week. It helps a lot because it sharpens your brain, sharpens your skills, it sharpens a lot of things in your head. It pushes you to be better and do better. Like for me, I opened a second business. Okay. I opened a second business because it's something that I also like doing.
On acquiring capital, Ndirangu admits that bank loans are becoming more and more inaccessible. For him, failure is not always detestable.
A bank is still a bank because it has to cover its bases. They need security for everything. So if you need money, they want security. Now, even if you are a young person, you're trying to start a business, you've registered it or whatever, you need, let's say, 100,000. It is impossible. I won't even lie, it's next to impossible. It is impossible to get that money from the bank if you do not have collateral. Now, if we could get institutions that take a chance on young people and give them soft loans. We have the youth fund, but the youth fund is just jokers. How can you give 100,000 to 20 people to start a business? That doesn't make any sense. You understand? So if you can get institutions to maybe take a chance on young people and give them soft loans, small loans, that they can even the bank itself can have a percentage of the business so that they can take part in terms of management of the business. They can make money and also they can help others. So accessing credit, of course, right now it's even gotten worse with this 14% because they are trying to cover their bases completely. So they don't want any losses and they want security through and through. What makes someone succeed? Once you decide you're selling something or you're opening a business, the moment you doubt yourself, because remember, anytime you open a business, there will be naysayers. People will tell you, that one, leave it alone. Well, people will be behind you. The people who are behind you, out of a possible 5, will be 1. The people will be telling you that won't work, like 4. So remember, the moment you doubt yourself in business, be it when you're starting, be it when you're in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you doubt yourself once, you fail. And failure is not a bad thing, but fail because things didn't go right. The prevailing conditions of the economy and stuff like that, you didn't get clients, you didn't sell enough, and stuff like that. Fail because of that, but don't fail because you doubted yourself. Once you doubt yourself, even if you reopen that business, you'll always have doubts about it. Anything goes wrong, and business is not easy. You'll have days you have money, you'll have days you don't have money, you'll have days you have other challenges, not money, you get.